Hi everyone, this is Megan from WeightingToBe, and this is Maxine McDermand, a.k.a. Mackina, and today we're gonna do our first mat chat. Not while we're doing the plank the whole time, and talk about Maxine's recent trip to Maui, and some of her upcoming projects. So stick with us as we sweat through it. Random stretches. Okay. Are you able to do this one where you go like this and put your head? Is your head actually able to reach? I want to see if you can do it. What? Do you just have to like basically let go?
Yeah, you just kind of sink into the mat.
Okay, let's see if I can do it. If I hurt myself.
Don't hurt yourself. Do you do downward dog or no?
Is that the one where you're like...
It's like...
Sure, we can try that one. I won't be able to do that either. Oh, I can, now that I have a better mat.
Right?
And in there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then I want to do pigeon. And pigeon is where we'll do a lot of talking. Do you know pigeon?
I believe so.
Okay.
Just as when I see the initial pose, I'll know it. No.
Okay, so I know we're thinking about taking a trip coming up soon, and every time I think about going somewhere warm, I get excited about the pool because I never swim here because even in my one piece, I get super self-conscious, and I've only once worn my bikini top and like skirt bottom here, and it was in like an almost completely vacated hotel pool where like I'm bound to not know anybody because it was a hotel here. So most of them were travelers. So when you were in Hawaii, were you dealing with any issues? Like, did you go to the beach?
Well, yeah, we went to the beach every day.
Yeah.
And I wore my bikini and my I had like this kind of holey type shirt, just to kind of a little bit of extra coverage, but not that much. And
is that kind of like your, like a little bit of like a security blanket?
A little bit,
yeah.
I think
that's what my skirt is.
Yeah, whichever way you look at it, I know for me, I'll always have something, right? Just because it's a mindset thing. But at the same time, I was barer than I've been in a long time. And it was great. Nobody was looking at anybody.
That's the thing, right?
It was crazy.
Like, you get there and nobody cares. I kind of, like, I walk around when I've been in Mexico or Cuba. I walk around and I actually look at people as I'm walking by to see if they give me looks. Like, be like, who does she think she is for wearing that? Or, oh my God, that's so gross. Or, oh, avert your eyes. And I kind of, like, listen to see if they're making jokes afterwards. And nobody cares.
It's all in our own mindset.
Oh, it's
because
so
we've
bad.
dealt with stuff so long.
Yeah.
It's all in our own mindset. But as you get older and you go to places where everybody just wants to be there, they're for the good time, they're there for themselves.
Yeah.
They're not looking at us.
No. And that's the thing, like, I remember somebody once said to me, they're like, why do you think you're so important that people are going to care what you do? And I was like, I don't know.
Should we change the...
Yeah, let's change. We still want to be able to use these at the end of the day.
Would be nice, I'm not going to lie. Oh,
this leg is always... This leg's always so much harder for me. I end up, like, twisting my knee for some reason.
There's always one that's harder.
Yeah. So you didn't have any problems. Nobody was looking.
I really didn't.
Did you feel like? What did you feel like when you realized that? That was this the first time you've been?
People were friendly. Yeah, first time that I've been to Maui or any place in Hawaii, and
was it the first place you've like you said, like you had the least you've ever worn?
I've worn that same bathing suit when I went to Pincher Creek when my husband was gliding.
Oh, okay.
But it was in a pool with nobody around.
Yeah.
So, and we knew that there were peak times and whatnot, and, but...
It was kind of like you're like, putting the toe in the water to
yes,
test
exactly.
it out. Yeah.
But no, everybody was smiling. They were even like, everybody was watching out for each other's kids. Like, it was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And there were people who had like amazing bodies, of course, and people who live there that, you know, you can hike for miles, you can run, you can swim, you can climb, but there were people just like us too, and nobody laughed, nobody looked, nobody except smiling and helping with other people.
Yeah,
you know, it was great.
Exactly.
It was great.
So you've got a ton of stuff coming up.
A few things.
Yeah. So, let's talk first about your Mary Kay photo shoot that's coming up. I'm so happy / jealous.
Oh, thank
you.
you.
But I think there's a lot more to, like, you've been modeling for 2 years now?
2.5.
Yeah. And so I think there's the glamorous stuff that you see, like getting your hair and makeup done and all of that, which a lot of times you do your own makeup.
Yeah. And my hair if I need to as well. And
And, but there is, like, less emphasis on the actual work of it and posing and all of that. Do you find that ever, like, does it ever hurt when you have to pose a certain way, or do you have to stay in the same spot?
You know what? When you're a full-figured model, you have to do things completely different from other models.
Yeah. You
have to, because if you have the chin, you have to make sure that it's elongated, always elongated. Make sure whatever way you pose it, you make sure that you always have that in your head. You always have to feel a little bit of that lengthening, right?
Yeah.
With
I'm suddenly very aware of
it's posture. a lot of it is posture, exactly. Yeah. But when you have, you know, the standard size models and stuff, they have their own things that they need to do as well. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to full figured models, it's just like with your arms. Like with my arms, I have bigger arms, so it's also about the angle. It's when you stand up, certain angle, you know, like angles are everything, everything. And there's really no relaxing on the job when you're a full figured model.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've said before that you're feeling excitement and nervousness.
Yes.
So where is that, what are you nervous about?
I think nervous because I'm going to be, this is the first time that I've been away from my kids for 3 days.
Yeah.
And they've had sleepovers with their grandparents, and their grandparents are wonderful. It's just that
they've been really supportive. I know
they've been amazing. Honestly, they've been my rock.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, I'm very, very attached to my kids. Mm-hmm. So it'll be hard, but I know they're in good hands. Mm-hmm. So call them every night. Yeah. But I'm going to enjoy this experience too, because it's a once in a lifetime experience.
For sure. Yeah. And do you think there are going to be, like, what kind of, do you have any creative freedom when it comes to the photo shoot, or do they have a vision that they're going to want you to work with? Do you know anything going in? Is it kind of you're going in and just ready to work with them?
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
I know that I'll be launching a new product.
Yeah.
That it's called the contest I won is called Contest for a Cause. So it's their charitable campaign, and it's really great because they deal with they deal with helping people with or women with women cancers, and also domestic situations. So I'm excited to be a part of that. It's something stuff like that is something that I'm passionate about. I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to if they have an idea, I'm more than happy to work with it. I know that we're going to be meeting with a stylist and then heading over there. Yeah, so
that's exciting.
So they said I could bring my own clothes, whatever I want to, but they also are going to try to set me up with something on their end too. So
we'll step away from Mary Kay for a second and talk about the documentary, Voluptuous Beauty. And so how did that, like, brainchild start? How did that happen?
Well, you know, I was talking with my friend and the producer of Voluptuous Beauty now, Nicole Murphy, and we were just talking, and initially we got back together after as we were planning our 10-year reunion. We went to school together, just like us.
Yeah.
And then she told me about what she was doing. I told her about what I was doing. And we came up with the idea because she worked for TELUS for a while. But then she told me about Story Hive, and I was like, well, I'd like to get my story out there so that I could help whoever has felt like me at times. You know, like whether it's about size or if they're any way that they're feeling that they're inadequate. I want to put some things to rest. Mm-hmm. So she told me about Story Hive. We were like, okay, let's do it. Let's shoot for it. Let's do a pitch video, and it was all. Thank you to everybody involved who voted for me, and
I was shoving out those posts, getting everyone to vote.
It was so it means so much because now with this documentary, I'm going to be traveling to different schools and working with like young women of power and whatnot. And I'll feature the documentary, but we're also going to be talking about anti-bullying and motivational, like body positive motivation. So
yeah, awesome. And so in Voluptuous Beauty, so that's being released very quickly.
Yeah, we're giving it to TELUS January 16th, and then we're going to be able to kind of unveil it to everybody else.
Nice. And are you submitting it to a film festival you had mentioned before?
Well, there's potential for it to be shown at the Banff International Film Festivals, but also the Alberta TV and Film Awards is getting a hold of it too. So
wow.
They've been following us, so we're excited.
Wow, yeah. That's exciting.
I was nervous, I have to say, and there was a lot of things we did takes like 5 or 6 times, and there's certain parts in the video that you'll see that I don't want to give things away.
Yeah.
But anyways, there were certain triggers that were I was listening to from my childhood and stuff that brought things on emotion and whatnot, right? Because a lot of it had to deal with like self-acceptance and how people perceived you and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
But it was an incredible feeling. It honestly felt like it was a purge from everything I went through.
God, that would
and
be so good.
I can't wait to be able to share it with people, but until I'm given the okay, I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll give it to you once I can.
Yeah. What do you think that's going to be like once everybody has that like deep look at your life and your soul and what you've been through?
I don't know, but
are you scared? Are you nervous? Are you excited to like share that with people?
It's weird to put yourself out there, and everybody. We don't get into the extent of like how bad things were when I was young, but you get the gist of things, right? Like I don't know how people are gonna react, and but I definitely have hope that this will touch a few people's lives, and you know what? It wasn't making it just for me to help me through what I went through. Mm-hmm. It's about who can I help with this?
Starting a conversation.
Yeah. Because everybody needs someone to talk to, everybody needs someone to listen, and everybody needs that help once in a while to get through their bad days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And it's like the ultimate feeling of self-assurance when you know you're not the only one going through it. Because I think a lot of us, we're taught at such a young age, you're special. There's only one of you. You're like a snowflake. You're like a fingerprint, which is great because we all want to know that we can set our own destinies. We can do whatever we want. We can dream as big as we want to go as long as we work hard for it. But then the downfall of that is that we also feel very alone in the struggles that we're going through that are really actually universal. So... and whatever solace you find, like I try really hard on Pinterest and to only follow people of my size, because if I start following, I used to follow a lot of like fashion bloggers that were nowhere near my size, and as much as there's nothing wrong with that, it was a way for me to almost bully myself without me realizing it. So I went and started, this was actually at my sister's suggestion, and I got rid of all of those, and I started following like the curvy fashionista, Jasmine that does the yoga. I started following
yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, on Instagram, I'm following like Rupee Groupie, people who I can physically and emotionally relate to, and it just further enhances like that sense of community and that I'm not alone. So I think like I'm really looking forward to this coming out. I know that it's going to get so much support because there's just like I'm sure it'll at least touch a few people who go like, holy cow, she goes through that too. Like, so
if I can do something like this where people, not a lot of people thought that I could make it to where I am, and I have a long way to go. I have a lot to learn, but I'm proud of where I am so far because only a select few, the people who really believed in me, thought I could get to this point. Mm-hmm. There are people who, whether it be in your own backyard or whether it be in the industry, who are watching what I'm doing but not touching me with a 10-foot pole. And you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it because everybody has their own idealistics. But that's why I pick and choose who I want to work with. Mm-hmm. Because I stick with people who have given me that chance, mm-hmm. and who have been supportive from the get-go. And then eventually there's other people who were watching that are like, interesting, mm-hmm. you know, and then it gives them ideas. And whether they work with me or someone else, maybe it'll give them their own idea of like beauty outside of the box.
Tell me if this is right. It seems like everything is happening super slow, but super fast.
See, to me it feels like a buildup of energy, because the way that things are going, it seems like when you put one foot forward, everything else is following, but everything takes time. So there's things being filtered through the pipeline, and it's just, everything's getting, it's like a snowball. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. So this year, I think that a lot of good is going to come out of the things that we're doing. Mm-hmm. But it's a process. You can't expect things to happen right away. But I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome of everything and seeing what it produces for this year.
Yeah. Awesome. And how do you, so before all of this, you basically have a full-time career now. And like two and a half years ago, you were stay-at-home full-time mm-hmm. mom.
Yeah.
Two of yours and then 2 stepchildren, so 4 children.
Yeah.
So how do you find the transition? How do you find the balance? And I know that Voluptuous Beauty will touch on that as well.
Yeah.
So without giving it all away, do you have to do, like with anything that comes up with Waiting to Be, if I have a little bit of success, I'm like, great, that's great. Oh God, what am I going to do now to top that? So I will move 1 foot forward and then 2 steps back continually, because I don't feel like everything I do, I try and be really purposeful, that it's in the right direction that I want to go, and it's a natural progression, because I'm a person that can't handle too much at once, and I know that about myself. So for you, how have you been able to keep progressing and keep balancing it? Because I know your relationship with your kids has only gotten stronger, mm-hmm. and you still spend just as much time with them, and I know that it's affecting, like I can see that it's affecting the way that they look at you and your mm-hmm. strength, and you can see the relationship between you guys getting stronger and stronger, and also as a result of them getting older and older, right, and maturing. So what has that process been like for you as far as accepting everything that's coming your way?
Well, the good thing about this is I can choose what I want to be a part of and what I don't want to be a part part of. Like, as it stands, a lot of my work has been TFB. Mm-hmm. So, when you start off, it's trade for print.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to trade for print, you do some amazing projects with some amazing people, and it's basically time for print. So we get, as a model, I get 5 to 10 copies of it for my portfolio, and they also would get it for their portfolio, and it's just it's basically a growing exercise together. Mm-hmm. Really.
That's a good way to put it.
I honestly, I have no regrets with what I've done so far, and it's because it's been, I've gotten myself engaged in projects that mean something to me, mm-hmm. and that I want my children to see, and that I want them to be proud of me, mm-hmm. because their impression of me is the most important thing in my life. So what I'm focusing on this year is taking my son to his kindergarten, and where I can fit things in. Like, I had a meeting with the school the other day, and I fit it in while he was at school. And then my daughter got to spend time with her grandmother.
Yeah.
So my mom's been amazing. She's been a rock when it comes to watching the kids. My husband's been watching the kids more and more because he sees that this is so important to me. Mm-hmm. And he's behind the public speaking and stuff 100%.
That's good.
It's been incredible, and I'm very fortunate for that.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're absorbing all of this too. I know they're young, but I'm sure they're absorbing this and seeing like all the work you're putting into yourself, and that's going to pay off for them because they're going to see that you can have confidence in yourself, right? So
I hope so. My main goal is to show them that they can do anything in life, and that beauty is everywhere. I don't want them,
and not physical beauty.
Exactly, beauty in general, like the general concept of beauty is everywhere.
Yeah.
And you can't compare one person to another person because it's like comparing an apple to an orange. So I want them to love themselves, because as long as they find beauty in themselves and the world around them, then they have a chance of actually surviving what the world dishes out to them. Mm-hmm. And I hope that they grasp this. They've wanted to come to shoots. They've come to shoots with me. Mm-hmm. And they've been little models. Yeah. I wouldn't push them into a world unless they were ready. Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't be me pushing. It would be, okay, if you want to do something, you can do anything you set your mind to, as long as you know the pros and cons of whichever field you're wanting to go into. Mm-hmm. And you're absolutely 100%, then I will back you up.
I'm so inspired by all of the strength that you have, because all of these things that you're doing all at once, but I know that you've made the conscious choice to only choose the things that you're ready for. Mm-hmm. And so it's been such a growth in what I've seen. Like, you've had such a growth from when you started to now. So I'm excited.
Thank you.
For you.
Thank you.
As soon as I get the link to Voluptuous Beauty, I will send it all to you guys, attach it to the video, and then with Mary Kay to do a follow-up afterwards, because we're talking about how you feel going in. So afterwards, I want to hear all about how it went and the experience you had, and how you're going to tie it into the speaker series that you're going to do with schools coming up. And we will post a link to that. That will be an online flirt magazine article that we're doing for the follow-up. So we'll post the link for that as well.
Yeah.
So this has been my first Matt chat, which is hopefully going to be a new series on Waiting to Be. In case if I haven't shared it before, every thing I try and do, like we've talked about, has to be at a pace that I'm comfortable with. So I don't produce content on a regular basis. I try and do it when inspiration strikes, when I have something important to share, and that's because I want everything to be completely genuine, 100% and natural. As part of a creative process for me, and just a personal growth experience for me. So I know that you do the same thing, and your growth is just a little bit speedier than mine. So, but to each their own. So hopefully this will be the first of a few Matt chats, And thank you for joining us. And thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.